Okay, go.
And I'm also the Grand Wizard in the Tri-County area. Now, I know what you're thinking. Grand Wizard's a Ku Klux Klan member type. But you're wrong. I'm actually a wizard. You guys, that's funny too.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, well, to kick things off, I'm going to tell you this nice little story about how I got kicked out of sophomore biology class for farting. Which sounds absurd, but the teacher we have is awful. And I can't say her name, but she says a lot, and generally it's hard to follow. Okay. Yeah, well, here I go. Let's see, it was a sophomore class, it was middle of the semester, and I felt this strange pressure tight directly in my anus. Now, normally this would concern me because I thought I had to deuce. But on further introspection, I realized it was just a nice, good old belcher out my bumhole. And so I decided I'm just going to unleash this beast upon the world. However, I didn't want to do this in my seat because for obvious reasons, I don't want to smell my own stank. 2 seconds, guys. Person wants in.
Wait, you're gonna be the one to...
All right, guys. After my 2 seconds of realizing I don't want to sit in my own stink, I came up with an idea. I was going to go on an epic journey from my seat to the left side of the classroom. So I got up and clenched my butthole because if I didn't hold it in, damage would be done. So just doing the slow creeper walk of this, I also had the nice hip dance to make it look like I'm just cool. But, so I make it to the left side of the room, and I scan to see if there's people. Unfortunately, I've got glasses and a severe stigmatism, so I'm as blind as a bat, or a blind man being beat by police after carrying heroin, because he's escaped his whole life. So, I think I'm in the free zone to unleash this monster that's been brewing. So I just gently try and squeak it out. And as everyone knows, when you try and squeak out a fart, that's not what occurs. Instead, this nice odd escaped straight up my ass. And next thing I know, this black girl named Keisha goes, "Oh, wait, you just fart over here?" You actually walk over here and fart? I'm like, "Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to fart in my seat. Didn't see you. My bad." I thought it was the end of it, but I was incorrect. Because the next thing I know, I hear this really high-pitched, Blake, you need to go to the office. Which perplexed me because we were in biology, and as everyone knows, farts are natural. But I could not win this battle, and so the Neos sent me to the office. Once in office, I got to talk to Mr. Kreisman, and I never got trolled so hard as I did at that moment. Because he said to me, first words out of his mouth, "Is this actually serious?" He then persisted to say, "It says here you were in your classroom spreading the stink." He followed it up with, "Were you crop dusting your classroom?" To which I replied, "No, I just really had to fart really bad." And he said,
General
"Really?
Lieutenant Locke,
Really?
Colonel Garrett,
No, seriously, really?"
Major
And then he told me to go sit out in the hallway and just not go back to class because that's stupid. So I got to sit out there, and then I farted a couple more times because it's the aftershocks. And that's how I got kicked out of class for farting. I'll follow that up with another story of how I got kicked out of class for wearing an Iron Man helmet in math. Now, as you know, Iron Man has a very sophisticated piece of technology which allows him to have large tracking targeting matrices and other sophisticated equipment to battle evil. Well, the evils that were bedeviling me that day were complex algebra. And a kid I knew brought in an Iron Man helmet, and I thought, hey, if it works for Tony Stark, maybe I can get me some math done. So I decked up in my sweet armor and thought, all right, it's time. And proceeded to blast through my problems with my unilasers. And then next thing I know, I heard, "Hey, why is that helmet on your head?" I said, because I need to do math and I need help from computers. She did not like that one bit, and instead told me to take the helmet off and put my desk out in the hallway. Well, I took the helmet off, and then I put my desk out in the hallway, and then I came back in and sat on the floor. Because she didn't say sit in the desk. So I was sitting easy on the floor when I heard this other one that said, "Why are you still in here?" And I said, "Because you told me to put my desk out in the hallway, so I did." And then she said, "All right, go sit out in your desk in the hallway." And getting the message across, I realized, dang, I made a mistake. So correcting myself, I went and sat in the desk, and then whipped out my Game Boy and leveled up a couple times in Final Fantasy, because she didn't tell me to do my math. Come on, get out of here.
Get out of here.
All right. I ran out of materials like 3 jokes ago, even though I only